Hello, friends. I'm Vijay Lakshmi here. This is my first time doing this call. And we have today our guest, Siddharth Sharma, who has been one of the founder members of AAP and has known Arvind since way back in 2005 when they first started discussing the decentralization of government in India. But to give you a little background, he's from the media. He has done the most exciting parts of the media, not just reporting from India, but reporting from all over the world. So far, he has been to all the countries in the world except probably Antarctica, the way he said it. And he used to run a media consultancy firm, which has taken a backseat now because of our part of his work involved reporting on conflict areas, conflict countries in the world, conflict-ridden countries in the world. And during one of these trips after the Gulf War, he was traveling to Switzerland and then crossed over to Bosnia, Croatia, and then realized how participatory democracy, when fiddled with, really upsets countries. And freedom is something central to all people. And so that's been the hallmark of his work so far, pressing for decentralization. And according to him, Lokpal was just a bait to get people excited about this, interested in decentralization. We are still a long way off, but that's the crux of what AAP stands for. Let's go over to him and ask him what our prospects in Karnataka are. And after that, we'll open the floor for questions. Let's limit to short questions, no discussions here. And okay, Siddharth.
Good morning, Americas. All our friends, my very close friends in US and the North America, we consider you as much Indians as we are. In fact, the contributions that you've been making and the energy level that you've been bringing to AAP from that far away has been one of the most important driving forces for AAP for the last 6 years. I'll just try to take you into a very short travel to what is AAP, why AAP is needed, and what are we doing exactly today in Karnataka. In my opinion, the genesis of Aam Aadmi Party was the Jan Lokpal movement. The Jan Lokpal movement was a slogan. Basically, it was asking the Parliament of India to curtail down its own rights. It had too much power in itself. It was making laws for the people of India. It was making laws for the citizens of India, but it was not making any law for itself. And the Jan Lokpal movement essentially was that the people of this nation, a lot of people, including Anna Hazare, or it might be Arvind Kejriwal, or you and me, all the people on the streets, or whatever people supported it in any way, they were asking the Parliament of India to curtail down its own rights. And the Parliament of India decided unanimously, cutting across party lines, that no, we would not curtail our own rights. If you want to curtail our rights, you come into politics by yourself and do it yourself. So that was the challenge, and at that point of time, a lot of people developed cold feet for various reasons. I'm not criticizing anyone, but that's the fact that a lot of people developed cold feet and went back to activism. But a group of people decided to take on the challenge head on and form the Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party essentially believes that the democracy, unless it is participatory in nature, doesn't go anywhere. It's nothing but transfer of power from the people to an individual, and then that individual then plays games and misuses those powers. So unless participatory democracy comes in and the people of this nation start participating in daily governance issues, things will not get better. Of course, we are a very long way off because India has been under slavery for more than 1,000 years. So the models right now we have in India is more representative and less participatory. So to take that huge leap from participatory democracy to from representative democracy to participatory democracy will of course take time, and the entrenched interests, be it political, be it bureaucracy, or be it even the intellectuals or the media, would not like that to happen, because it's so much more easier to handle or convince or persuade or be in cohorts with a small set of powerful people than to every time come back and meet all the people, the masses. So we have that challenge. I think that challenge manifests itself brilliantly when in Delhi we come up with brilliant plans, not just about the education and the health sector or the electricity or the water issues. There are other issues like the Mohalla Sabhas, etc., that the Jan Lokpal that we passed in the Delhi Assembly during our first stint of 49 days. We essentially approved that bill, approved that law. But it's very interesting to see that the higher ups in our constitutional system, we know that there are certain checks and balances, but it has been sabotaged at different levels above the Delhi state government jurisdiction. So it's a very interesting narrative wherein all our good works are being stopped. But of course, to the credit of Arvind and his team of highly motivated people, they're very dynamic. They understand the nuances of these things, and they have kind of taken out a midway approach wherein they are trying to deliver on good governance issues, and they're making brilliant progress, especially the healthcare sector. It's kind of a universal healthcare scheme. I think it was one of the pet projects of Barack Obama that got shot down in the US too. But for a Delhi citizen, it's like a boon. The second thing is that world-class schools, I think it is already there in the US and the developed countries. It's the neighborhood public school concept, world-class schooling, world-class education given by the state to all the citizens. Other than that, of course, there are certain economic benefits that we are giving to people that in different kinds of schemes, especially the electricity charges being halved to what they were earlier, and water supply being made nearly free for a citizen. If he is not using those water for any... Yes, please do anytime.
Yeah, Siddharth, no, the thing is, my question was like, are you happy with the AAP's performance so far, and do you think we are headed in the right direction?
I think given the circumstances, given the hostile atmosphere, the media, the central government and the other constitutional authorities have created for Aam Aadmi Party, what we are doing in Delhi is absolutely top-notch, brilliant. You cannot have done anything better than this. And this is not me saying as an AAPN. Just yesterday, the Niti Ayog, the Niti Ayog people have also, and the world-class, I think Huffington, there are enough empirical evidences now in the last 3 years to effectively prove that our governance model is one of the best.
Oh, Vijaya, this is Jashwant.
Hello, Jashwant, yeah.
Siddharth, this is a personal question.
Please ask.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, where are you from in India and why Karnataka? I don't know. I haven't got a chance to ask.
No, that's okay. Absolutely. There is, since we are an AAP, we are a family. So there is nothing personal here. Anybody can ask me any questions. There's absolutely no, this can be a no holds barred thing. I don't have any issues. In fact, I'll be more than happy to share that. I'm, in all senses, literally as well as figuratively, I'm an Indian. The reason being that my mother is from Karnataka, my father was from North India, that is Bihar. I was born and brought up in Karnataka. My wife is from Uttar Pradesh. We live in Bangalore. My kids study in Bangalore. One of the kids has just finished her studies and she's a practicing advocate now. My second kid, the son, is just leaving school and getting into college now. So it's very difficult when somebody from the BJP asks me, where are you from? I say, I'm an Indian, more Indian than you.
Okay.
Because I've been exposed to the best of India that there is.
So you have all India in your family. I'm glad.
Absolutely. That's what I very proudly say I'm an Indian. It's not a slogan I'm using. It runs in my blood. I'm very proud to say that yes, I'm a literal Indian. You cannot box me into Karnataka or Bihar or Uttar Pradesh anywhere.
Absolutely.
Okay. Tell me the challenges that you have faced personally. What after the recent setbacks against AAP, how do you think, like especially Punjab elections, the loss in Punjab election, do you think there is a break in our progress, or do you think we will still continue to grow and you're satisfied with the growth so far? How do you see the party in the next couple?
Tend to see, yeah, I'll tell you. I try to see things in perspective. Take any political party, for example, I would disagree with a statement which would say that we did not do well in Punjab. We lost Punjab. We did not. In the first election that we have fought in Punjab, we are the principal opposition party with 20 seats. That itself is a huge leap. From 0 to 20 is a huge leap. No other political party. For example, people who say that BJP is a bandwagon which is growing growing in leaps and bounds, they would be the first to agree that the Jansangh was formed in the early 1950s, and in 1984 was the first time that BJP got 2 seats in the Lok Sabha. So their first foray into the Lok Sabha was with 2 seats in 1984, and for a BJP full-fledged government, majority government to come into India took 2014. So that is 30 or 40 years after they making their debut in India. So I want to see things in perspective that within 5 years, within 4 or 5 years of its birth, if a political party has swept one state, is a government in one state, it is a principal opposition party in another state, it is contesting elections in faraway places like Gujarat, it is contesting elections in Goa, it is contesting elections in Karnataka. That essentially means that there are a lot of party supporters who want this party to come into power here. They want this party to contest. So I would see things in a perspective, but giving that margin to people, most of us in Aam Aadmi Party are not career politicians. So since we are not career politicians, we are more literally Aam Aadmis. When I say Aam Aadmis, it is not about myself, but people like Vijay Lakshmi or Akhil or Aditya who are on this call also, they are also common people. So they don't know since we don't know the nuances of politics, we are over enthusiastic at the initial stage. We think that, okay, this time the change will come in a mutant. What I have learned in life is that evolution happens organically. It takes time to evolve. But human psyche at certain times yearns for mutant growth. So, of course, we did have some kind of mutant growth in our early stages when we swept into power in Delhi. But we have to understand that even in nature, mutant growth doesn't happen. Growth happens in an evolutionary manner. Evolution is like this small needle of the clock. Although it moves, but its movement is not visible. So I think we are growing in relation to any other political party in India. We are growing very, very fast. But of course, our enthusiasm and our over ambition and our emotions and our energy levels are so high that if we don't form a government just like we did in Delhi first time, we feel that we have lost. So I think it's not so. There is a lot of goodwill in people. It takes time to evolve. I think we have to have resolve in ourselves. We need to have faith in ourselves. We are doing excellently well in Delhi. There are no charges of corruption or malgovernance on any of our people in Delhi. As far as governance is concerned, we are excellent. I would be the first to say when I meet people of BJP or I'm put in a debate, in a television debate where I have BJP people, etc., they obviously attack us with some Delhi politics that we might have done for our people leaving the party, this, that, anything. I say to them that, yes, sir, I would be the first to concede that we are very bad in politics, but we are very good at governance. And you guys, BJP, is very good in politics, but very bad in governance. Because that Vikas hasn't yet come to us. That Achhe Din has never come to us. So as far as governance is concerned, you are poor, but your politics is excellent. Our politics might be poor, but our governance is excellent. Ask any citizen of India whether they want good politics or good governance, and you'll get the answer. we have to, every political unit, for example, somebody asks me in the party, what is your hierarchy, what is your designation? I say my designation is, my name is Siddharth Sharma. I am the booth agent at booth number 94, Shivaji Nagar Assembly, Bangalore Central, Lok Sabha. I am the boss of my booth. Even Arvind Kejriwal or anyone cannot displace me from that, because I am the party's representative in that booth. So that is decentralization. I have to take ownership of my neighborhood. So that is my first, because all my other designations would stay today and go tomorrow. But I would stay as my party's booth volunteer in my booth for very long, till my death. Till the day I am dead, the party need not find anyone else here. Because I've taken ownership, I have taken ownership of my neighborhood, whether the party is fighting elections here or even not fighting elections here, taking up people's issues, taking up protests, helping people out with civic issues. Anything in my neighborhood, since I'm an Aam Aadmi Party fellow and I've registered myself as an Aam Aadmi Party volunteer, that booth is my identity. I'm the boss of my booth. So I have to start from there. No, so obviously for that to happen, this has been our party's ideology. This has been a founding principle.
Hi, this is Sheena. How are you doing? So that is very refreshing to hear your views, and I really applaud you for what you just said, that each and every unit needs to do what their job is, and I think as the core principles have to stick together, and that makes a party, so really applaud you for what you just said, really made my day. Thank you.
That wasn't a question, Sheena. That was a compliment. And thank you for that.
I was just listening. I'm kind of like listening and imbibing everything. So at the end of the day, I think it's just right now the time is to listen to good people and just kind of compliment them, because I think there's too much debate which has happened and too much like ye hua, wo hua, ye kiya, wo kiya, and it's just like it's the good people which survive, make the thing survive, and you have to say what you have to say when you have to say it. So great work, guys, Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, we need to wake up because Siddharth is so full of experiences, his past, before AAP and after AAP too.
Yeah.
So questions flowing.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what would be 2-3 key areas we can give our energy, we can give our best from different parts of the world?
So one thing I would rather, that's my wish, maybe it's wishful thinking, but one good thing that especially people from the North Americas can do is that, especially in Canada and the US, you have a very good decentralized structure. Governance is very decentralized. Essentially your security, justice and civic issues are taken care of by your county. So I think in any which way that you can propagate this model of governance to India. It can be your personal Facebook post, it can be your personal Twitter, or you can do some kind of research and send it to our Aam Aadmi Party central unit. That these are the good governance things that are happening around the world.
Yeah.
That would bring a lot of fresh air into India, because one of the things that India, I think, lacks is that in our psyche, it's been 1,000 years of slavery, and we have not yet understood what essentially freedom is. Freedom is not just running around whatever we want to do. Freedom is a structure. Freedom is a system of governance. And that system of governance, there are other countries in the world that are following those models, and they're advanced countries. They are leading countries of this world. Two of the countries I know I've visited is Canada and the US. I think most of our listeners would be from that area, these two countries. So in any which way that you can propagate these good governance structures to India, even to your personal friends, maybe even to your family, your dad or your mom, when you speak, you just speak all the personal things you want, but then just put in a word that मम्मी यहाँ पे ना स्कूल का बड़ा अच्छा सिस्टम है, यहाँ पे ना किसी मतलब प्राइवेट में जाने का जरूरत नहीं पड़ता है, यहाँ पे हम अपने घर में बगल में ही बच्चों को भेज देते हैं और वो सरकार उसको सब देख लेती है और वर्ल्ड क्लास एजुकेशन है. तो ये सिस्टम हम क्यों इंडिया में नहीं ला सकते? वहाँ प्राइवेट स्कूल की जरूरत क्यों है? these kind of small things that if we start doing, I think the Indian psyche will start to understand that the principle, the most important job of a government. The government's principal job is not to create castes, not to create communal tensions. Rather, it is giving security and justice to its citizens. And once it has given security and justice, it can go on to give on. Comforts will come later. Right now in India, what is happening is everyone is saying, I will give you comfort. But nobody is giving our citizens security and justice. That's why you see everyday rapes happening. That's why you see crime rate increasing in India. Because the government itself starts to think that yes, my job is to give people comforts. विकास करना है, विकास करोगे, जिंदा रहूंगा तब तो विकास लूंगा दादा. तुम मेरा तो कल सुबह जीने का ही पक्का नहीं है. मैं मर जाऊंगा तो विकास का क्या करूंगा. तो हमको लोगों को समझाना पड़ेगा कि तुम लोगों गवर्नमेंट से विकास मत मांगो, सरकार से सबसे पहले सुरक्षा और न्याय मांग लो. तो आई थिंक लॉन्ग टर्म यू कैन डू दैट.
One question which we volunteers keep getting is, how will your party survive when so many people keep leaving the party? And this is something which we keep battling it, on social media. So if you can't hold on to your people, how will you hold on to the country or even in Delhi? So how do you see this issue?
I would put a counter question to anyone who asks that question. What is the barometer of a political party's progress positively, or it going, whether it is in the red or whether it is in the green, whether it is going up or whether it is going down? What is the barometer for a political party? I'm saying,
right,
not for a social organization. For a political party, the more number of electoral victories it gets, the more number of people's representatives it sends to Vidhan Sabhas or parliaments. That is the barometer for a political party's success, na?
Right.
See our graph. In 2012 we formed a political party. In 2013 we had 28 people's representatives in parliaments or Vidhan Sabhas. In 2014 we added 4 in the Lok Sabha. Okay. And in 2015, we added 67 more to that. Now, during the UP elections, we added 60 or 70 municipal corporators to us. In Delhi MCD, we again added 60 or 70. So, I would say that there is a lot of hype around it, that the media is also playing this game, wherein it is picking and choosing certain individuals and saying they have left the party. But tell me, for a BJP, in the last 4 years, the founder of BJP, Mr. Advani, has gone on the threshold. Just 1 week ago, Yashwant Sinha, people like Yashwant Sinha, who was the foreign minister as well as the finance minister of India, he has left BJP. But nobody is saying that the BJP people are leaving BJP because it is gaining electoral success. So I think it is a kind of a myth that has been created around us. For every person who has left AAP, he should come back and meet me, Siddharth Sharma, who has been in AAP since before even AAP started, and I think I'll be here till my death. And one interesting thing is that although my daughter and my son or my wife, they are not political, but they say that,
Hello?
Papa, why do you worry? आपके बाद हम लोग भी तो पार्टी चलाएंगे.
Wow, that's amazing.
तो
okay.
आप क्यों चिंता कर रहे हो? आप एक अच्छा आइडिया लेके काम कर रहे हो, तो आपको कुछ हो भी गया, आप नहीं भी काम कर सकते हो ना, उस दिन आप हमारे बूथ का काम हम कर देंगे.
Any concerns for the party, Siddharth, going from here? Do you feel that there are some corrections that the party needs to make, or you're happy with its performance so far?
I would not be judgmental on it. I would just want to have some kind of role clarity for myself. And I would rather, since you have asked this question, I have a small simile, if it can match your all of the listeners. I think Aam Aadmi Party is a vehicle. Let us say that vehicle is a bus. Aam Aadmi Party is a vehicle. It is a bus. which is going from destination A to destination B. Destination A is representative democracy, where we stand today. Destination B is the participatory democracy, where this bus wants to go. We people, the volunteers of Aam Aadmi Party, should not be under the misconception that we are the owners of this bus. The bus belongs to the people of India, because that when this bus traverses from destination A to B, it has to get filled. It has to get filled by the people of India. Obviously, this bus would need a very good driver. We are lucky that we have got a very good driver in Arvind Kejriwal. But all said and done, that the bus will not move from point A to point B unless it has gas inside it, unless it has fuel inside it. I think all Aam Aadmi Party volunteers, be it you, be it me, we should think ourselves as a fuel. What does the fuel do? When the time comes, it burns. It destroys itself. When we burn and we destroy ourselves, that bus will gather that much momentum and it will go that much further. So there is, I think, a little bit of misconception within our volunteers that we have some kind of ownership, that since we created this bus belongs to us. I don't think this bus belongs to us. This bus belongs to the people of India. They need to be taken from point A, where we are today, that is representative democracy. They will go to the point B, that is the destination is participatory democracy. We need a driver. We have an excellent driver in Arvind. But the missing element is the fuel. Who is going to be the fuel? Fuel is going to be Vijay Lakshmi. Fuel is going to be Jaswant. Fuel is going to be Aditya. Fuel is going to be Siddharth. Fuel is going to be Sheena. What does the fuel do? When its time comes, it burns. It destroys itself. So I think I have that much clarity, and that is enough for this life, I guess.
Thanks, Siddharth. It was a pleasure talking to us. You're a really vocal Aam Aadmi Party volunteer, should I say that? And thanks for spending your time with us.
The pleasure has entirely been mine. It's been a privilege to speak to all you guys. To an extent, I many times feel that people like us, we have been living in India. We know the system. We know how the system works, and to a certain extent, we have compromised ourselves. To be very fair to ourselves, we have compromised. But the ideals and the energy level that you people bring from outside, you guys don't exactly. There's absolutely no need for you guys to do all the things that you've been doing for India. So hats off to you guys. With all humility at my command, I salute you, and it's been a pleasure talking to you, and it's been a privilege, and it's been an honor.
Okay. Thank you very much, Siddharth. The pleasure was ours as well. Thank you.